here with a new series. So the first thing I wanted to say is I'm going to take a little pause from my Scrap Your Scraps videos to do a new series. But don't worry, all you diehard Scrap Your Scraps fans. A lot of this new series is going to be using my scraps, so there's still going to be tips for that. And the Scrap Your Scraps videos are coming back. I just need to take a little break and do something different because I got bored. And I want to generate some ideas and come back with like really awesome videos for you. So just be patient. Those will be back in a little while. In the meantime, my new series is going to be DIY embellishments. And I'm hoping that each week I can show you a new way to make your own embellishments for your scrapbooks, cards, Project Life, or even your planners. So hopefully you'll really enjoy this new series. So without further ado, today I'm going to be using my scrap bin, which you guys have seen before. I'm also going to be using some of my punches. So I don't have a ton of punches, but the ones I have I really love. So I'm going to be trying to use these. I have a circle punch, an octagon punch, a scallop punch, a heart punch, and a butterfly punch. I also have a snowflake, but since it's not really wintertime, I'm not going to be using that one. So I'm going to be using my punches. I'm probably going to be using some chalk ink. This one is called Mocha, and it's by Powder Puff, I think, or Quick Coats, I don't know. And I got that at my local scrapbook store, so I'm going to probably use that. And then I have these two little inks from Studio Calico. One's bronze and one's gold, so I might use those. I'm going to be using these adhesive dots from Tombow. They are double-sided adhesive dots, and they come in assorted colors, which doesn't really matter, but it makes it super easy. That way my embellishments are ready to go to be stuck on the page. So I'll show you how I'll use those. I'm probably going to use some other things for my stash, like buttons. I might use sequins. I might use some tiny word phrases. And some other things as I go, so I'll show you those as I go. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to speed you up now for this part of the DIY embellishments. Today we're making layered circles or embellishment cluster things. So I don't really have a title for it, but it'll be using punches. Not all of these DIY embellishment videos will be using punches, so if you don't have punches, maybe you could cut out your own shapes, or you could borrow somebody's punches, or you could check back next week for the next video. So I'm gonna speed you up now. So the first thing I did was grab my Scallop Punch and punch out a bunch of different shapes using that punch. And I just picked colors that I liked. I wasn't going with any specific color, design, or pattern or anything. I really just punched out probably 10, 12 of those scallop circles. I just skipped ahead here, but it's a great way to use up your scraps, but you could also just use a paper pad and punch out different designs that you liked. And then the next thing I did was I used my 1-inch circle to do the exact same thing. Punch out a bunch of circles out of pattern paper that I like for my scraps, and just got all those different circles. And I really wasn't particular about what color or thing that I used because I really wanted all of the embellishments to be different. However, if you wanted them all to like go together, or you weren't sure which patterns to go with, I would say select one paper pad and use those designs, because you know those colors and those designs will work well together. I also used some vellum for some of the circles that I punched out, and for some of the other designs, just because I thought it would be fun to layer up with vellum too. And I wasn't really counting. I knew that I wanted just a whole bunch of different circles to choose from, and it worked out well. And this Fisker's punch is great. It punches through like everything. Okay, so now that I have all the scallops done and all the circles, I'm ready to move on to my next paper punch, which is this butterfly punch by Martha Stewart. And I'm just grabbing a bunch of the scraps of different colors and just gonna punch out some butterflies for that. And this way I can layer up with those. Now if you don't have a butterfly punch, don't worry, just use what you have, and I'm sure whatever you make will look beautiful. So I'm just using a whole bunch of different papers, and I probably punched out like way too many butterflies, but I figured I could use them on other projects if I wanted to, and I really just wanted a whole bunch of different ones so that I'd have things to choose from. And I used some of the same colors, some different colors, same thing. And then the last thing I punched out was some of these hearts. And I think this punch is a Recollections punch, which means it comes from Michaels. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's a Michaels brand though. And I'm just punching out a whole bunch of the hearts too. Some of them are the same patterns again, and then some of them are different. But this way I can layer them up however I like. And this is a great way to use your scraps if you have a lot of scrap paper, but you don't have to use scraps if you don't want to. Okay, so now is the fun part, getting to put together these little layered punch embellishments. So I'm going to just grab a couple of the punches and layer them up, and I'm using my hot glue gun to layer them. So basically I use one of the scallop edges, then I use a circle, then I use a butterfly or a heart. Some of them I left plain, and then I decided that some of them I wanted to ink the edges, so I used either that mocha chalk ink or the gold or the bronze one from Studio Calico. And it was so fun to make these because they're all a little different, and I just sort of went with whatever inspired me, whichever patterns or things that I liked. And some of them I don't end up using the scallop, or I don't use the circle. I just did whatever I wanted. And to mix it up, sometimes I put the heart or the butterfly in the center, and sometimes I put it over to the side. Sometimes I used 2 butterflies and layered them up, or 2 or 3 hearts, and just went with whatever I thought looked good. In the end, I do have some circles and scallops that I don't use because they don't really work together, but I'm just going to save those in my embellishment boxes. And use those on another project in the future, which I'm sure I'll be able to find another project to use them for. But I just kept going and made as many as I liked. I was watching TV, so I didn't really mind spending time on doing this, and I found it sort of fun and relaxing to just make my own embellishments, and I think these would be perfect for cards or scrapbook pages, or even in your planner or Project Life pages. They're really flat. Some of them are a little more dimensional depending on how many of the punches you use and how many of the shapes you put on top, or if you glue them down flat, or if you lift, say, the butterfly wings up, but it's really up to you. So yeah, so then in order to decide which circle to put on which one, I'd grab it, bring it over, decide if it looked good on any of the circles, and go back. On this next one, I'm going to use 2 circles. I'm going to use a paper circle and a vellum circle on top of that, and it gives a really nice look to it. And I ended up just putting 1 dollop of hot glue in the middle and then sticking my next embellishment on. So have fun with it, be creative, I guess that's the whole point, and just make it look however you want it to look, and it'll look good, I promise. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, so if you make some, link me up below in the comments, because I would love to see your own DIY embellishments based on my videos. These embellishments were super easy and fun to make, and they really didn't take a very long time. I mean, the longest thing was punching out all the shapes, but I mean, it was fun. I was watching TV, so I didn't really mind doing it, and it's fun because they're all a little different. And I could totally see you using these layered embellishments on scrapbook pages, on Project Life pages. They're pretty flat, so you could use them in your planner or in your Project Life albums or whatever, and they're really cute. And I think if you had more designs of punches, like, you'd be able to make even more of a variety of designs. So super fun, super easy, and I really enjoyed making them. So after I was done layering up all those punches or the shapes that I had punched out, I decided to embellish them. So I started with these word and phrase stickers from Tim Holtz, and I just chose out some that I liked the phrase or the word, and I stuck those to a few of them. I didn't want them all to be the same, so I didn't do it with all of them. On some of them, I sort of tucked it under the butterfly and then took the edge and made like a fishtail or just to give it a little variety. That way they all look a little bit different. On some of them, I like did the fishtail on both edges or trimmed it shorter so that it would look nicer. And it's really fun. I'm really happy with the word phrase stickers, like, because I love those, and I think they look good in these little clusters. Some of these Tim Holtz stickers are white and black, and then some are black and white, and I like the variety. So then it's just fun to mix it up, and then I didn't want them all to be the same, so I'm not going to add a word or phrase sticker to all of them. I think this is the last one. I'm going to look around, see if there's any more phrases, and then I decided I don't want to make, oh, I had one more. I don't want them all to look exactly the same. On some of them, I let the sticker like hang off to the side. I thought about using some of these words that I got from a Studio Calico kit, but I don't end up making any of those work. And then I was like, oh, I have some bows that would look really cute. So I grabbed this cute little black bow that I got at Walmart and stuck that on that blue layered piece. And then I thought, I really want to use one of these sparkly bows from Maggie Holmes. So I created another cluster and stuck this pink bow right on top, and I just love it. Pink on pink on pink. And then I had these gold stickers from the 7 paper collection at Studio Calico, and I added those to a couple of them. And then I thought, oh, it would be really nice if there was a circle that just had these hearts on it. So I grabbed a circle, inked the edges, and then stuck 2 of those gold sparkly hearts on that circle. And then I was like, oh, I love those hearts. This is actually my 3rd pack, which may be a little bit ridiculous, but when I feel like if I love an embellishment and it really works and I use it a lot, then it's okay for me to buy another pack. And then I had these cork arrows from Studio Calico. I got them a long time ago, and I added those arrows to a few of the clusters. And then I thought, what else would I like to add? I thought maybe some of these like resin flowers, which I love those resin flowers. Like, I love them. I don't have that many left, so I think I need to order some. Typically what I do is like when they go on sale on like scrapbook steals websites or things like that, I'll like buy 2 or 3 packs, but I'm running out, so I probably need to order some, and I know that you can order them on Amazon or Etsy, so I'm probably gonna do that soon. Okay, I grabbed some enamel dots and stuck those on some of those hearts, and then I thought I want this heart, like this gold heart and circle one, to have a sentiment on it, so I grabbed another one of those Tim Holtz ones, and I'm just seeing if there's any other enamel dots that I want to add, and I like adding the enamel dots. It's just like an extra sparkly touch or whatever. Some of the enamel dots, like when you pull them off the sheet, the like glue dot behind it comes off, so I just use my glue gun for that. And then I had these like what are they called? Like gems, and I use those too. So I'm pretty much done all of them. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I just slowed this down here so you can see, and they're all different, and they make me so happy. I can't wait to use them on my page. On the back of all of them, I added one of those Tombow glue dots. That way I'll be ready to stick them down on the page when I'm ready to go, and they're perfect. I love them. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this DIY embellishment tutorial, and I hope you'll join me next Sunday when I'll have a new embellishment tutorial for you. See you then. Bye!